Hello everybody, welcome back to TQM Travels. No, this is not a repeat of the last episode. We are again on a boat to try to see some whales.
We're gonna see some whales.
This time.
I just really feel it.
You think so?
We're seeing like 3 whales.
Oh, that'll be sweet.
Let's bet. How many whales do you think we're gonna see?
5.
3.
Okay. So, because we weren't able to see any whales on the last whale watching tour here, they actually give you a coupon that's good for 2 years. To try to get on another tour to see some whales, and we were like, well, we're sort of still in the area, so why not hop again today? So we're kicking off the day with another whale watching tour. We're feeling it this time. The weather is a little bit warmer. We'll see though. When we start moving, it is still windy. I bet we're still gonna be cold.
We're at the front of the boat.
That's true, here we are. We're hanging out on the front of the boat. Becca's back here behind us still. So we're going to head out on the tour, and then we'll catch up with you guys afterwards. Well, today's whale watching expedition was a success. So they extended our tour out a little bit because we got radio that there was a humpback whale a little further north than they normally went, and then we were like, okay, cool. That's all. Let's go back there, and it wasn't even a humpback whale.
Okay. I just spoke too soon. I saw where the story was going now.
Yeah, it was a blue whale, which apparently is not common in the fjord here, which was pretty cool to see. I don't know if I got any great videos of it, but it was super cool. We just saw we saw its whole back at one point. Yeah. It came up a little bit. We didn't see his tail go up or anything, but it was still super cool. Also, they had some puffins flying around in the area, which is another rarity for the area. So we got treated to a pretty good tour. So it's a good thing we had a little bit of time to come out and try the tour again.
But we got a busy day, so we better hop, skip, and jump to it.
Yeah, we're gonna check out Lake Mývatn and also try to get a little view of Dettifoss as well. So we'll catch you guys at our next spot. All right, everybody, we are here at Dettifoss. You can't see it behind us, but according to the signs and online, this is Europe's most powerful waterfall. So I figured if we got too close to the waterfall, you wouldn't be able to hear us at all. It's pretty late in the evening right now. It's like 9 p.m. So it's significantly colder than it was earlier today. We're wearing as many layers as possible. So looking adorable. Look at this bundled up group we got here. It is very windy up here as well. Yeah. How many pants are you wearing, Becca? Oh my. 4 layers.
Here's what I got.
Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 layers for Lisa. We are trying to stay as warm as possible. It is so windy. So we're going to trek on down to Dettifoss, and then afterwards, I think we can also walk over to another waterfall called Selfoss. We'll catch up with you guys after we're done with the hike and tell you what we thought of the waterfalls, but do enjoy this footage coming up. So after a very short walk down, we made it actually to a little observation point for Dettifoss. Behind me, you can just see how powerful it is. There's so much water falling over the edge. I didn't mention earlier, we are here on the east side of the waterfall right now. It's a little tricky getting over here. You have to drive along a gravel road for a good 30 to 40 minutes, but we still made it okay, and we're not in an SUV or anything, so just take it nice and slow. It's not too bad. The west bank you can actually see in the background here, there's an observation point. That is the more touristy side. I believe that's where all the buses go. I think it's a fully paved road and everything as well. But from this east side, you get a really good view of the waterfalls from this little observation point. And also you can actually walk along the rocks over here on the left side. And you can get like right up close to the waterfall and just feel the ground shaking beneath you. So we're gonna head over that way as we head on the trail to go to Selfoss as well. Becca protected my head. Okay, so we are all finished up with our little hike over here on the east side of Dettifoss and Selfoss. Which waterfall did you think was prettier, Lisa?
It was tough, because Selfoss was nice, but it's also harder to get to the edge because it looked like the edge was crumbling over. So I guess it wasn't hard to get there, it was just more like, do you want to die? There's a lot more.
That hike was a little treacherous at points too, because it's just sort of big boulders you have to crawl between. I totally fell once. Becca caught my head though.
Ooh, let me borrow the camera so I can show them the footprint that's still on your butt.
Oh, okay.
It's still there.
That's someone else's footprint.
That's not even his footprint. That's someone else's. He landed on it on the rock.
Between Dettifoss and Selfoss, I think Selfoss is definitely the prettier of the two waterfalls. So it's definitely worth the extra distance in my opinion.
Just be ready.
Yeah, just be ready for the hike. But Dettifoss is very impressive with how much water is being pumped through that waterfall. It's crazy. So I think we're actually gonna try to go to the other side real quick. We're not gonna, that side does have a trail to Selfoss as well. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna take the nice paved trail to that observation point right back over there, and it lets you see the full width of Dettifoss. So we'll see you over there real quick and take in the views. All right, we made it here to the west side of Dettifoss. It is so cold now. Oh, this windy, which is not helping.
It's 4 degrees.
4 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
Still.
But that's without the wind chill. It is
and it's about to get watery, so that's even drops it down more.
That's true. This side of the waterfall, apparently you get more of the water mist, which is why we have our rain jackets on, just to try to stay dry. Whew, it's chilly though. You can see the sun is actually almost below the horizon, Lisa. The sun does in fact set. Oh man, it's so chilly. But so far, this side is, again, I think I said it before, it's the more touristy side. This one had a nice paved parking lot, easy to drive on paved road. And so far, the trail is just a nice flat gravel trail. No problem to walk on, no steep stairs, anything uneven yet. And I'm pretty sure that's the case for the entire trip down to the waterfall. So let's go check out the falls from this side, and then we'll tell you what we think at the end. All right, well, it is actually a little bit of a trek to get over to the west side of the waterfall here. It's about 1 kilometer from the parking lot to get to this area, but you can just see just how large the waterfall is from this side. And there are a couple of different trails. So there's one that we're going down now to get up basically to the cliff edge here. And then there's also that little observation deck we saw from the east side up overhead. We'll head over there after we're done at this bottom area. So let's just see how big this waterfall is. All right, so it's pretty much 2 in the morning right now.
Give or take.
We had a bunch of caffeine and we slept in last night, so we still have a little bit of energy.
So he had an energy drink. I drank a tea.
Just enough. And Becca is a night nurse, so she just has energy at the weirdest time periods anyway. So we are actually going to head back towards our Airbnb in Laugar, but on the way we're going to stop at Lake Mývatn in that area to check out some of the geothermal features and some cool sites over there. So
My hands could use some geothermal.
oh yeah, it's so chilly and windy now. But the nice thing is, with it being 2 in the morning, hardly anyone is going to be there. So let's go check it out. All right, well, just in time for sunrise now here in Iceland. We have a ride to Hevrir. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly or not. This is a geothermal basin though, right around the Lake Mývatn area. And just look at this little observation deck here. Check out these thermal pools. It's very sulfuric smelling, but this scenery is crazy. And then just look at this. So even with the drive coming in, like the scenery just changes almost immediately from the waterfall. First there was just a bunch of barren nothingness. We even drove through a small dust storm, and then it turned into green hills and mountains again, and then out of nowhere just this giant brown.
Becca too needed another jacket.
No clue what's happening. It's crazy. It's so cold still, like Lisa said in the background there. But yeah, we're gonna check out the thermal basin here. You can see there's a lot of steam coming up. We're sort of wishing we could, get a little closer to warm up, but we're not gonna do that. We don't want to damage any of the cool basins or anything. Or ourselves. Good point. So, all right, let's go explore this geothermal basin. Are you dying, Becca? What is it? Oh, Lisa.
Come here.
This thermal basin is pretty crazy. The smell is quite strong, for sure, but there's a lot of steam getting generated at the vents, and I'm sure it's really, really easy to see because of how cold it is as well. But it's just crazy, just like the coloration of the area as well. Really, the smell.
When we were driving, you could just see it. The colors, just the landscape change.
Right, just out of nowhere too. It's just like boom, geothermal basin. So, all right, we're gonna check out one more thing tonight before we go to sleep. We are going to be heading to a grotto or a cavern with another little hot spring inside of it in the same area. So let's go check that out real quick, and then it'll be finally time for us to get some sleep. This is the last stop for our very late day today. This, I believe, is called Grjotagja. It's a cavern with a nice blue lagoon, for lack of a better word, inside. It's sort of like a grotto, I guess. I took a peek inside. It's really quite pretty, and it's like kind of creepy as well. It's just darkness and then this blue little lagoon in there. It's pretty nice. I will say the stairs going down are a little treacherous. Luckily we're here, as you can see, empty parking lot. We're here all alone, so we were able to take our time. We were able to go in nice and slowly, not crowd the grotto or anything. So it's pretty cool. Definitely worth a little stop. But yeah, this is the last thing that we're doing today. There's a lot to do here in the Mývatn area. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have too much time to check out a lot of other things. One thing that I really wanted to check out is right back here. This is like a volcano crater that you can access. It's like a 600-meter walk up to the top, and you can walk along the ring. That'd be pretty cool. I hear it looks pretty interesting up there. But it is finally time for us to go back to our Airbnb. We're going to go get some sleep finally, because we have another long day of driving tomorrow. We are going to be leaving Laugar and heading over to Hoffen on the southeast side of Iceland, but along the way, we're doing something that I'm really looking forward to. We're gonna be looking at a popular puffin nesting area. So hopefully we see some super cute and adorable puffins. I'm really looking forward to that. When we were planning this trip, that was one of the highlights, going to be the highlights for me on this trip. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you haven't yet, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Ring that notification bell, and if you enjoy this content, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, cheers.